Welcome you guys to Butler Kennel Rock Wallace, man. Today is a beautiful day. As you can see, I'm in the car. Let me do this right now because you guys be getting on me bad. Not with my seatbelt. Bam, seatbelt check. So, let me do this right quick. So today I'm actually on my way. You guys can see that I'm in the car and I'm heading toward the vet. Why is that so important, and why I'm telling you guys why I'm heading to the vet? Number one reason is that I'm letting you guys know that I'm heading to the vet is because I'm taking one of my puppies to the vet to get checked, just to make sure everything is good. Now, why would I have to say that to you guys? Because stop calling me if your dog is sick. I don't know what to do. Take your dog to the vet like I do. All right, I'm not a licensed vet at all. There's some things in common that I see, but just because your dogs may show the same symptoms as my dogs do, does not mean that your dog and my dog are having the exact same issues or problems or whatever. So, to clarify, this is to take your dog to the vet if you have any questions or concerns about your dog at all, period. That's the number one thing you should do anyway. You should always want to make sure that you're getting the best. You want to make sure that you're getting the best information for your dog, like dog's behaviors and all that kind of stuff. If you bought a dog from someone else, and I'm not saying it because I'm trying to be like, oh, you didn't buy a dog, don't tell me. No, I'm telling you guys that if you didn't buy a dog from me and you bought a dog from a different breeder, like, you want to know why your dog is acting a certain way. You spent money with this person, lady, female, male, whatever, this breeder, and now you're coming to me to diagnose a problem that your breeder should know about characteristics of a dog. I'm not saying health issues, I'm just saying characteristics of a dog or whatever. So if you have a dog that you bought from a breeder that's always hyper and all this kind of stuff, or whatever the case is, first thing I would do is call that breeder back and say, hey man, I'm trying to figure out why my dog is so hyper. Then that breeder should probably tell you, like, he or she is going to probably tell you, hey, you know, mom and dad was a very hyper dog. That's why your dog is doing X, Y, Z. Oh yeah, the mom used to do the same thing or have those same symptoms of whatever your dog is experiencing right now. Don't call me about a dog that I had nothing about, you didn't get from me. I mean, I'm very appreciative that you guys look at me and I get those things and say, hey man, you're the GOAT, so I come. No. I'm the GOAT of my dogs. You know what I mean? And of course there's certain patterns that Rottweilers in general have, but a lot of things have to do with genetics, a lot of things have to do with bloodlines as well. If you're buying a dog with a bunch of pushed up faces and all that kind of stuff, most likely other people with those same symptom dogs are going to have those problems. I don't have those problems because none of my dogs have pushed in faces that looks like pugs or bulldogs and all those kind of stuff. So some people consider them a Rottweiler, and you know, and those are issues that you have to balance between each other or whatever. So the point I'm making is, some Rottweilers are going to have certain characteristics and general about Rottweilers, right? But there's some things that are going to be specifically in tune to your dog, and your breeder should know that more than anything else. Now, I get it. Some people have a lot of breeders that just buy dogs and they don't ever hear from them again. A lot of people who bought dogs from me knows that, hey, it's a lifetime, you know, commitment with me. You can call me anytime or whatever the case is about that dog. I'll always answer. But definitely, if you have questions about a dog, I got a call the other night. Oh God, pissed me off, man. I'm telling you, pissing me off. So first thing is, just like your vet has a certain hours in a day because they have to go home to their families and do certain things, and we respect that because they're closed, please respect my time as well. It's 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. I'm giving you guys 12 hours of the day of my time committed directly to you, and the other half of the time I have to go to sleep, and I'm only getting a quarter of my day to do anything else. So I'm giving you guys a whole 12 hours, and all I ask for to respect the time of 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. not being rude, not being this way, but I think it's very rude when people call me at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night, and they're asking me a dumb question about how do I know if my dog is pregnant or not. Their dog that they have, you know what I mean? It's rude, and you know, I try my best because I don't know if it's an emergency or something happened between somebody, but it's very, very, man, I'm telling you, like, yeah, let's just keep it at 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. If you really have that big of an emergency and you're just like, hey, I want to send them a message on my, if you want to send, don't text me, okay? If it's past hours, don't even text me. My phone dings and everything else, I don't even, whatever. You know, someone's going to be like, why don't you just cut your phone off? I shouldn't have to cut my phone off, and the time is no. So, if you're really wanting to get a message out and you just, because it's late at night, you can message me on my Facebook, send me a message on Facebook, and be done that way. So, yeah, just a little bit, because I get it, everybody, and not everybody knows my channel, some people are new today, so I'm saying it for everybody from here on out. All of my videos are going to have, for a while, it's going to say 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., period. I mean, don't call at 9:30, and it's 9 o'clock my time, Central Time. I'm in Texas, okay? I live in Texas. I have an 843 area code because that's the number I've always had since I was a kid. My only number I've ever had my whole life. That number has never changed. I don't see it changing anytime soon, but I'm from South Carolina, but we're located in Texas. I'm saying it for those who's just getting new to the channel. Honestly, it's nothing about it. So anyway, so if you have a dog and you're experiencing something, don't just always look to Google. Google is not going to give you all the answers, the right answers, because you can Google a cough and it's going to automatically come as COVID, you know what I mean, or you got some disease or whatever. It could be a common cold or whatever, you know. So I don't know, just, you know, after a while, even me doing this for 15 years professionally, I still take my dog to the vet when I'm not sure. If you're thinking about, man, I just want to save a little money and I'm not trying to go to the vet, then this should be like a kid to you. If you have a dog that, you know, like I see my dogs as like a part of my family. So if my son were sick, I'm not going to say, well, I'm not going to take my son to the hospital because I'm trying to save a few pennies or whatever, and you're probably going to blow that money on something crazy or whatever. Or if you're having a hard time, then probably shouldn't have a dog, honestly. But I'm not saying that some people don't fall on hard times, because Lord knows I have fallen on hard times in my past before. And, you know, we are all human. Especially during this pandemic, people are losing jobs, and I'm not saying that to anybody like that at all. I'm just saying that if you first bought a dog and you were struggling, don't buy a dog. Let me put it like that. After you get a dog, things happen, I get it, but you should always try to consult with a vet. I know a lot of vets will talk to you on the phone, at least mine do. I can call my vets and they'll call and talk to me on the phone and let me know, hey, whatever case is, if I can't get up there and reach to them. So a lot of you guys, if you can't actually go in, try to call and get a diagnosis, and even then, a lot of them are still going to ask you to come in and have the dog checked out anyway, right? So, I mean, but during this time frame right now, a lot of things are a lot of symptoms, especially with Rottweilers, are really known for Parvo, right? Speaking about Parvo, a lot of people have gotten dogs. I'm not speaking about me, I'm just saying in general what I've seen a lot is, I've seen a lot of people get a dog and they have a dog and then the dog is healthy and fine, and then all of a sudden the dog's experiencing fatigue. They was energetic one day, next day they're very slow, saliva at the mouth, maybe very bad diarrhea, like bloody stool, and all that kind of stuff, just really lethargic, all that kind of stuff. Those are some of the signs of Parvo, right? I had someone call me and ask me about a dog they bought from another breeder. I'm not going to say the names. It's not what this is about. They bought a dog and the next day the dog was having these problems as well. They said they told the breeder was like, well, no, it didn't happen from us, or whatever the case is, within a day. Parvo doesn't just happen like when a dog step or touches Parvo or become in contact with Parvo and it's bam immediately, you know. So I can't give a definitive answer of whether that dog had it there or here or whatever. But one of the biggest issues I do see with people picking up dogs, even from me, everybody knows when I tell everybody to get a dog, you do not take your dogs to the vet. To the dog park. Everyone's asking, hey, how soon can I take my dog to the dog park? How soon can I want to get a puppy, and the first day they pick the puppy up and they want to go straight to Tractor Supply, or they want to go to PetSmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, all this stuff. And they're thinking like, oh, it's so beautiful. Everybody wants to touch a dog, so they want to show off with their little puppy they just got. Got it. It's like a little bragging thing. You got a Butler Kennels Rottweiler puppy, you know, best of the best. You know, you want to show it off. Don't do that. Because what you're doing is actually putting your dog in an issue, like in a situation that's even bacteria infested. If you could put a bacteria glasses on and see all the bacteria, when you go into like hospitals and all this, those are the most people go there to get help. A lot of these PetSmart have like a little vet place inside there, but people take all their dogs there, and then they leave. Like a lot of people have sick dogs, and maybe they don't know their dogs are sick. They take their dogs into PetSmart and see some of them put their dogs in the cart and everything else. And you're thinking like, oh yeah, oh it's so cute to see a dog. Most people walking by wants to touch your dog, right? And I've seen so many people tell me like they feel bad telling someone no. If you know me, you see me in public, I have no problem telling someone no, you're not touching my dog, especially. But I'm not taking my puppy out there anyway, which is a little small little puppy anyway. So but someone's gonna ask like, well, why not? My dog has his first set of shots, it should be fine. Giving your dog a shot, a Parvo shot, does not make your dog immune to Parvo. Actually, when you just injected your dog with that Parvo shot, your dog is now fighting a little bit of that Parvo so his body can build up. What I mean by that is, when you give a dog a shot for Parvo, that Parvo has a little bit of that Parvo thing or whatever inside of his bloodstream now. Your body is producing antibodies to fight it off, which in turn is, and then you have the next set of shots and the next set of shots and the next set of shots. Every time you're giving your dog that shot, your dog is fighting against it, but it's building up immunity against it. So the goal is to try to give your dog all the shots, and it becomes never immune, but it helps your dog fight off that Parvo if they were to ever get in contact with it. Hope that makes sense. So it's like snake bite. If I inject 3 milliliters of snake venom into your body all at one time, you most likely might die without treatment or whatever, you know what I mean? Depending on what kind of snake it is and everything. As I said, the most venomous snake. But if I give you just a half of a drop every other month or something like that, your body, you're gonna feel a little sick, but then your body's going to start to, you know, right words is, start to form antibodies against it, become immune to it after a while, you know what I mean? Not everybody, but you know, most times. That's why some people who still have all their shots are wondering like, hey, how did my dog still get Parvo? You still, just because your dog has all of its shots does not mean that your dog is automatically immune to Parvo. That's not it at all, period. So you want to keep your areas clean. There are the number one solution I know that gets rid of Parvo is bleach. Some people do 30 parts water, bleach and water, or whatever the case is. Me, I'm a full bleach guy. Take my dogs away from the area, bleach everything down, make sure everything's clean and good to go. Now, why is that so important? When you're giving your dogs, when your dog has, or if you're in a new area and you're giving your dog in a new area, and your dog is in an area first, and you don't know whether that dog has Parvo, if Parvo's in that area or not. Parvo can live for years in the ground, years untreated, years with an S, not months, not weeks. Some people are like, oh, the sun is going to kill it, the cold's going to kill this virus. No, dogs dig it up, and everything is right there in that area. So if you have if your dog's ever got in contact with Parvo, or you just know of someone that had Parvo or whatever, clean that entire area off. Because it's like going back to the PetSmart. Somebody dog at home may have Parvo, but they see your dog, and they're not intentionally trying to give your dog Parvo, but they see your cute dog and they totally forget about what they got at home going on and issues, and they see your little dog leg, and the first thing everybody wants to do is touch a dog's face, the mouth, and oh, let it smell me and lick me and stuff. And they say your hand is dirty. That dog just licked your hand. That bacteria went directly in the dog's puppy's mouth. Dog is sick. Now you go home thinking like, oh, I got this new puppy, I'm good to go. And now you're home. A couple days later, your dog's got Parvo, and you're thinking like maybe the dog came from the vet. I mean, this breeder that's way or whatever. I'm not saying speaking of me, so there's no one that got a dog from that had Parvo, but I'm just saying in general, like, because I hear about it. People call me, ask me about somebody else's dog and all this kind of stuff here. But so I kindly tell every single person who's ever gotten a dog from me that, you know, the steps to take, precautions, steps to take, or whatever. Some people listen, and some don't. I just thank God that those that don't listen didn't get infected with their puppies or whatever the case is. So just like this corona thing right now that's going on, people may think it's fake or whatever the case is, but still like it spreads very quickly. Things can spread very quickly if we don't wash and clean and sanitize all the time. If a dog was just in that same basket at PetSmart and you put your dog there, it looks clean, you don't see anything, days later your dog gets sick, it's the exact same thing as well, all right? So make sure that you guys take the time out, sanitize your area, bleach your area. If your dog's gonna be in the area, clean it with bleach. There is another solution too as well. I'll try to put it in the description below what that other solution is. And you can Google what kills Parvo. Look it up and see. Parvo is a very, very big thing. I mean, I can't tell you guys enough about it. Make sure that you change your shoes, your clothes, and all that kind of stuff. If you're gonna put it in a car ride, make sure you got it separated, not all over it, and all this kind of stuff. And you don't go around your other dogs with that as well. That doesn't be isolated, away from any other dogs, none of that stuff. Yeah, so just a little food for thought, man. Nothing traumatic, but just really wanted you guys to really understand like what really goes on into this thing here. Like, you know, people with dogs getting sick. This is the time of the year. Not just in the summertime. Summertime, a lot of worms and stuff, because flies and all that stuff there as well. But do your research, man. I'm trying my best to try to give you guys a lot of content about what's going on for you guys, how to take care of your dog. Even if you don't buy a dog from me, it's totally fine. The most important thing about this whole entire thing is that you guys have a dog that you're happy with, that's healthy, and good to go. There are thousands and thousands of breeders out there. Don't ever let some breeder force you to buying a dog or make you feel like you better hurry buy this dog or you're not. There may be millions of breeders out there, but there may be thousands of good breeders, and there may be hundreds of exceptional breeders. You know what I mean? So choose wisely. You know what I mean? Hope this was really good food for thought for you guys. Even if you've never experienced Parvo or any kind of virus or problems with your dogs or whatever, just food for thought. So something were to arise, you know what to do. Give your vet a call. Okay? Don't call me. I'm not a vet. I'm not a licensed vet. I know nothing why your dog is doing what it do if you didn't buy it from me. And even sometimes behavior patterns can come from home. You know, I can have a perfect dog that has never experienced some issues, and then you get the dog and you're teaching dogs all kind of stuff and wondering why the dog is doing it because you taught it that way. And so on and so forth. So, but other than that, you guys be blessed, treat each other right, and be good to one another, right? Signing out.